Welcome everybody to my Indices channel, and we'll be starting our review and outlook for with S&P 500 rather. Starting on the weekly time frame, you can see that the previous week ended bearish with this bearish engulfing candle. So there is a possibility for further sales coming into this new week. Going down, probably selling into, let's say, this lower time frame POI. Going down to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we don't have any clear market structure, but what we can see is that there is an engulfing candle that has been formed here, which could also facilitate these further sales down to this daily demand zone. We can also use this liquidity that was taken and this other one as the new liquidity for price to clear, and then see if we can tap into the zone here to start buying. But for now, we seem to be more inclined to be bearish on the daily time frame as the weekly. Moving down to the 4-hour time frame, what do we have? We are currently bullish on the 4-hour time frame, but I wouldn't be surprised if price goes back. Okay, what I would be expecting, since this demand zone is still just before the 4-hour low, there's a possibility that the 4-hour demand zone still holds and keeps price in the bullish state on the 4-hour time frame. Looking for areas for price to buy into before selling, I could see this point as somewhere. Let's mark it out, but it's not really that strong. So price can, easily just tap into the zone to try and buy into this sensitive and then start buying. So we'll keep on watching what happens there. On the 1-hour time frame, is there anything? Let's check. So on the 1-hour time frame, we are still bullish. This is still the range low, and this is the range high. This is the range low and this is the range high. Looking for zones that price can tap into. This one is a very valid zone, very valid demand zone here. Price has already tapped into it, so we don't really know. Price can just still break it though and come down into this daily time frame demand zone, because this is looking like clear liquidity for price to clear out. So what I do think can happen is that it can go below it, tap into the zone, break, change character, and then tap into one zone here and start buying. We'll have to see what happens. Then finally, on the 15-minute time frame, we have our new 15-minute range here. This is it. So now this is the new 15-minute low that we'll be watching. That's it. Moving over to Nasdaq 100, on the weekly time frame, the price is bullish. It also had a bearish engulfing, signifying maybe price getting into this zone here, and who knows what can happen. Maybe it can start buying from there, but we don't know. Moving down to the daily time frame, on the daily time frame, what do we have? Price hasn't yet come to clear out this level. Rather, let me draw this way. Price hasn't yet come to clear out this level, so it's still looking like obvious liquidity to clear out before tapping into the zone. For now, I can't find any supply zones that price can tap into, except maybe something like this for price to push down, and then from there we keep on observing. But for now, nothing serious. Just as price came here and tapped into the zone for a sell, we could see here too for another sell. Moving down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, our range is still intact. Nothing has happened yet, so I expect again further sales. But what I'm trying to see if I can get is some form of supply zone for price to tap into before facilitating those sales. Yes, and it's still something like this that I'm seeing. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame too. So rather to the 1-hour time frame. to see if we can get a clearer picture on market structure on the lower time frame. Okay, price has broken the current range, and this is our new range that has been formed. Here is our new range, and then this is our 1 hour high, 1 hour range low here. This is it, and these zones are still here. Excuse me, this zone is still here. On the 15-minute time frame, that is still the range. That is still the range. This is the range high, and this is the range low. Range high, and this is the range low. Moving over to US 30. US 30 is also bullish on the weekly. Can we see what price did? Okay, there's no bearish engulfing here that can confirm further sales to the downside, but what we can note is that price actually took out liquidity here. Let me indicate this. Price took liquidity here and then started selling. This is a standard CRT formation. This is a standard CRT formation. Liquidity is taken here, and then price starts selling. So we could also be on a downward trend. Let's move over to the 1 day time frame. Daily. On the daily, here is our bearish engulfing. So after this sell, we can still, this liquidity hasn't completely been cleared. I also think this is another form of liquidity, but we'll keep on watching what happens. Moving down to the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame range is still intact. We are still bullish on the 4-hour time frame. Nothing major has happened. This zone seems to have been mitigated here. So yes, selling has started, and I do think it's going to keep on selling. And we don't really know, but it could continue its sales. This zone is still a valid supply zone for a reaction when price gets to that point. Although I don't expect it to hold for long, but price could react from there for those scalping and such. Anyway, going down to the 1 hour time frame. This is the 1 hour time frame though. It hasn't yet been broken, but rest assured it's only a matter of time. I think it should get broken anytime soon. Maybe later in the day. But for now, yes, I think price is still going to continue its bearish state. Remember, as this was the highest upward break of structure, then came this change of character here, and we look primed for another range break. So moving down to the 15-minute time frame. 15 minutes, we have a new break of structure here. A new break, and yes, this is the new 15-minute low to watch out for. So let me check something on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, we'll still keep it here. So on the 15 minutes, this is the new range. Here is the high, and here is the low. Moving lastly to UK 100. UK 100 is still bearish on the weekly, but let's check the most recent candle. Okay, it's ranging, it's consolidating, nothing serious yet. But let's go down to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, what do we have here? Nothing serious. UK 100 has been ranging for a very, very long while now. Excuse me. UK 100 has been ranging for a very long while. So I can't really make sense out of what is happening on the daily. It could be something we have to stay away from. Going down to the 4-hour, let's see what we can find here. On the 4-hour time frame, price hasn't yet broken structure at this point, just wicks. So that means we could still be seeing this, liquidity taking here, following a move. Then this zone here could actually see price move down and break it. We don't really know. But for now, or it comes here, taps in, goes back down here, and then starts buying. So we have to keep watching. Moving down to the 1-hour time frame. Is the 1-hour time frame still intact? Okay, yes, it's still intact. So we will have to continue like that. I think, yeah, I still think is either one of them gets it, and the second one determines the next move. Like I said, that is it. On the 15 minutes, I think 15 minutes now has a range high. Does it? I think this is a break of structure. And this is range high here, but it looks like liquidity to me. Anyway, thank you guys. You guys should like and subscribe. We're currently bullish on the 15 minutes. Like and subscribe. Drop a little comment, turn on the notification button, and subscribe to my other YouTube channels. Join the Telegram group. All the links will be in the description. Thank you. I will see you again later. Goodbye.